Hello, hi, it's Liz here, back today with a little bit of mixed media. I've chosen the little book. This is a little Arteza book. It came in a set of 3. It's Arteza. I got them from Amazon a while back. I took off the elastic closure on this one, and they also come with a little bookmark, and I took that off for this one as well and covered the outside with some upholstery fabric that I got in one of these these sample books. Took it all apart. I've still got a bundle of that left actually. Need to start using it again. So yeah, it's about 6 inches square, which is 15 centimeters thereabouts. Oops. So yeah. So we're going to do something in this little book. There's already quite a few kind of collage-y mixed media. Yeah, I hadn't done anything for ages. They're all older ones. And then we used the Crazy Birds the last time we did something in this book. And yeah, so I was looking through my Instagram saved, and I saw a nice mixed media page, and there was a girl standing here and a feather here with some butterflies, and I looked through what I had to try and find a girl, and I couldn't really find a girl that would fit, but I did find this little person here sitting on a rainbow. It's entirely different from the initial inspiration, but that gave me a starting point to think, right, what am I going to do on my 2 pages? This is from AB Studio. I keep all my things like for like. So this is a plastic wallet with all the AB Studio papers and everything that I've got left. So it was Shine Your Light by AB Studios. I also keep all the little odd little bits. When the paper starts to just go into tiny little bits that you've got left, just keep it all separate. And I just find if I keep all the like for like papers together, it's easier when I go to do a page, because then I've got these little bits already kind of coordinating with the look of, the page that I want to do. I'm not sure if I'll use these yet, so we'll keep them there. This looks like some sort of strange cat or dog, and a little flower. So anyway, yes, the Instagram page had a bright coloured painted feather here and some butterflies. So I thought, right, what will contrast well with these kind of colours? And I went with the black and white, because I do want to use some of this tissue again, which is black and white, obviously. And I just thought, right, I found these butterflies in my butterfly wallet. And I thought we would just place maybe 3 there or thereabouts. And I've got this odd one to try and maybe balance the page with the black and white. We'll see. So we'll sit it there just now, somewhere. And then to make the background more interesting, I have my paint charts. I had to put the camera off there because the elastic band that was round the paint chips snapped and went flying and pulled my finger. That was a wee bit sore. Anyway, so I think we were just at that, to putting the paint chip down. And yeah, so I've also bought the rub-ons. These are $49 in market, botanical rub-on transfer set. So I've got a few of them that we might use. I'm not sure if I already showed you the paint, but we've got these 3 lots of paint as well. Might smoosh across. Yeah, so that's the plan. And I was thinking as well that the paint would maybe just kind of go kind of lightly across the middle, just kind of keeping everything just kind of in the centre with the 2 main things kind of towards the middle there. That's kind of what's in my head. So let's just move these just for the moment. And the next decision we have to make is, I'll just move these little guys out of the way. The next decision we have to watch this elastic band there. Don't want another elastic band injury. Is, are we going to paint and then put the tissue on, or will we put the tissue on and put a smoosh of paint over it? I think we will put the tissue on first. I didn't want a straight line. And we will take off a little bit, maybe just kind of there. I know quite a lot of it will be covered up, but that's okay. Let's just check. Maybe add just another bit to the end there. Yeah, I just want it peeking through a little bit. And then this will be on here. Let's get this down to size. So I'll try it with an 8 square first. And a 4 square. Somewhere there. Okay. Right, let's stick down our tissue paper. I have my PVA glue, and it was sort of about there. Just enough to get it started, and then I can go over any little corners. And if we're painting over some of it, that will help to stick it, I think. Right, let's see if that will do for the moment. So our weather has turned again from what felt like autumn, cool and rain and a little bit of wind, to getting some nice sun in the week ahead. It's blue skies today, it's lovely. We were out for a little walk this morning and yeah, it was really nice. Makes a wee difference. And then this bit just here. Okay, so that's us started. Yep, that's fine. That will go over that straight line. And let's see what we want to do. Do we want a double strip? Is it too much paint chips? Or maybe a single strip? Yeah, let's see. Let's do the painting first. So I want to pick up the blue here and the blue there with a little bit of a stripe, but not too much. I want it in my head, I want it to be that way where it's kind of painted but not painted. I'm just kind of a way to like it just kind of fades away. And quite uneven. Right, I think that will do that. Let's do spearmint. Got the tiniest little bit of water here. Clean the brush. A little bit anyway. Ooh. Yeah, and the tissue paper is still shining through, so that's good. Let's try a little bit of the white. Which is sort of there but not there. If you know what I mean. The tissue paper is bubbling up a little, but that's okay. It will dry and it will be a nice bit of texture in the back, I think. just want to do a little bit more. Yeah. It really is quite bubbly, isn't it? Maybe because I didn't wait for it drying. Wait for the glue to dry before I put the paint on, but it doesn't matter. We will power on. Yeah, that makes a nice background for my little person. So, now we have to decide, are we using one strip or two? Well, we can always tear into, and if we decide to use two, we can just put them back together. Let's see how our butterflies are going to be on this. Yeah. Now, do we need this is a little bit of extra, a little animal figure looking up at her or him there. And do we need this other layer? I also have the rub-ons. I'm not sure how the rub-ons will react. And whether I actually want them now. Because I've got quite a lot of the black and white shining through. And I'm thinking now maybe the only place I would want them would be to bring the black and white to the front. Maybe here. Across here, if I did that one. If I rub that on across there, I think that might be quite nice. Okay, so let's start sticking things down. Are we definitely sure that we don't need another? Oh, I quite like that. Excuse me making funny noises while I'm thinking. What do we think? Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually liking all the layers, so I think we will go with that. Okay, so let's stick down. Just oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Right, let's put this down first. Oh, I've got a tickle. Right. And I don't have a wee juice with me today. Usually I've got a wee glass of juice, but not today. Okay, and what is this one? Oh, that's kind of stuck to the glue for the tissue paper. So yes, so we're in for a week of sunshine, so that's better. We'll go for some nice walks. Right, let's get this big get a new piece. Oops, do you know, I knew that would happen because that neck was very fragile, and because, you know, I knew it would happen, but I powered on, battered my gluey brush onto it, even although I knew that that neck was, well, it won't be the first time somebody's lost their head, and it won't be the last, but that's easy. There we are. And no one will know. Well, we'll all know, but we won't tell anyone. Right, now, before I put on my bits, do we want to do this rub on first? Let's do the rub on first. And just go slightly over the edge there and onto the little paint chip, in the hope that everything all the layers underneath will be okay with a rub-on. So we'll give it a right good push, because that's a little bend there. Right, let's have a little look. Yep, we are okay. And then it was this. I wonder, I sort of wanted... Right, where's the other butterfly? There's 3 for there. Right, okay. What mean person has moved my butterfly? Let me just check the floor. Nope. Right, it can't be that far. Right, okay, what were we going to do? We were going to add on, that's the 3 for there. It was a long skinny one. How can that actually happen? Right, we'll carry on regardless. We'll do the other little bit of a rub on, because I want that to go, I don't want to move it along there, I want it to be there so that he's still looking up there. So we'll cut another bit of this. Just to do a wee rub on further along. All the time looking to see if I can see the butterfly, because it has to be somewhere. Right. Oh, and I'm going to have to look in my bag of butterflies. That's better because it goes right underneath there. And look for another one if we can't find it. Right, it's not in amongst the rub-ons. Oh, there it's there on the floor. Oh dear. Okay. How are we doing? Yeah, I'm happy with this. Happy with it. I'm wondering if, let's stick everything down. I'm just thinking ahead there about a little bit of washi or something along the edges of this. Right, you behave. We're putting you there, keeping you in sight. You probably saw where it went. You're probably thinking, it fell on the floor. Actually, I think when I moved that little pile of rub-on snippets, that's when it appeared on the floor, because I had already looked on the floor and it wasn't there. So it must have been hiding between the rub-ons. That's what we'll see anyway. Right, I want this a certain way so that the butterfly, yep. That's fine. And you are getting glued, troublemaker. I was going to say you will never fly again, but that just sounds horrible, doesn't it? It sounds like you're being cruel to the butterfly. You will never fly again. Like, it's almost like you're saying like a wicked witch. It sort of looks more maybe like a dragonfly or a moth actually than a butterfly. But yeah. Okay, so we've these three here to do. Right. I do quite like the pops of black and white. Again, something that's kind of modern and colourful. And of course, it's always good to have things in threes when they're together. And a little one down there. Maybe we should have done it the other way around and had the little one at the top, but I'm happy with that. Little one at the bottom. There we are. Okay, all well stuck down now. Now, any finishing touches, any little bits of washi, or what do we think about a word, of course. There's them, and there's the bigger ones. So, I think maybe the bigger one. Let's see, I quite like Be Curious. I don't know why I look at both of them because they're both the same sheets. Now, I quite like it there, but I still would quite like one over there. What about Wander? What about See the Good? Lost and Found. That doesn't really seem to... I do quite like Choose to See the Good Stuff, and although this doesn't especially match that one, it doesn't really matter that we've got a big Be Curious with a little... I was going to maybe cut it in two, but now that I've sat it there, And I thought I would like it here, but I like it here above the black and white, and across the flower there. If only I could stick it on straight. Still not straight. That's better, is it? Yeah. My old granny would say, there's not a thing in this world straight. How many times can you take a sticker off and stick it back on? Apparently, thousands. Right, is that me now? Now I've got my little dish of black and white washi. Apart from that one, it would seem. Do we want any washi? Let's see. Just try. I suppose if anywhere. But I don't want to cover up my no, it's starting to then look just all a wee bit. A wee bit too much. Can we ever have too much if it's mixed media? That's quite nice there actually. Yeah, I think that does actually add a little bit. I had a bit there and I didn't like it. Right, I'm just going to leave it like that. Happy with that. Right, I think that's me done. Let's have a final close of the book and a look at the book, right? And then see how, when we come to the page, if we'll go, ooh, or if we'll go, tidy everything away, give you a nice clear shot, and we are looking, oh, daylight dreams, beautiful thing. Never lose your sense of wonder. Wake up with a smile. Life is an adventure. It's not the destination, it's the journey. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? And be curious, choose to see the good stuff. Yes, I am happy with that. It's a little bit different. Well, all the pages in this little book are different. So yeah, what do you think? Happy with that. Okay, thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great. And don't forget, you can join the Facebook group. I will put a link in the description. And yeah, and you can share your makes, your YouTube channels, anything you want to do with journaling, paper craft, whatever you've made, we would love to see it over in our little happy band of crafters. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.